100 questions every home seller should ask. And this is question number 11. How do I find a good home inspector? So our previous segment, we talked about the pre-listing inspection, about the pros and cons of doing a pre-listing inspection, about how you want to find any problems or issues before you list your property, handle those problems, or at least market those problems to the buyer so you don't have any surprises. You don't want to put your house on the market and then your property goes off the market, comes back on the market because the buyer backed out because of some problems that you either already knew about or that you could have handled at the beginning. When we're talking about home inspectors, right, for this pre-listing inspection, how do you find this person? First of all, you want to consider the fact that every home inspector, every person who says that they're a home inspector isn't necessarily the best candidate for this particular job.
They're not all created equal.
Right. So in the state of Virginia, you can actually find licensed home inspectors, which is uncommon in our region. I mean, in the states in America. So Virginia has already taken out that step or that process of vetting some of these individuals. Licensing through the state can be done. You can actually check their licensing through DPOR, which is
that's the Department of Professional and Occupational Regulation. So that's where their license is held, much like a real estate agent, like an appraiser. All of us have to get our licenses through the state.
Yes. And so the licensing requirements, there's a course testing. There's also some continuing education. So licensing stuff. Now when we're using a home inspector, the home inspectors that we recommend to our clients, they're all affiliated with a trade association as well. So it kind of adds that extra layer of protection, knowing that this person has jumped through some more hoops, keep their license to get us affiliated with the trade association and to stay affiliated with the trade association. The one that we recommend that you look for when you're looking for a home inspector is somebody who is tied to American Society of Home Inspectors.
Yes. So if you're going to become a member of ASHI, which is the largest trade association for home inspectors, as Abraham said, you're going to have to take additional classes. There's a written exam. You have to have hours of apprenticeship. And also you have to have your reports peer reviewed. So they're going to make sure that the quality of your work is up to snuff and it meets their minimum criteria to become a member of their trade association.
Right. When you're interviewing these potential home inspectors to do your pre-listing home inspection, you want to talk about the fees. Fees are going to be the first thing you think about. You want to make sure that the fees are not too low. So the fee should be around $500, and that depends on the size and square footage of your property. So if you have a condo, you're looking at something that's going to be between $300 to $400. If you have a townhouse, you're looking at something that's going to be in between $400 to $600. If you have a single family home, you're looking at something between $500 to $700. And that could, with the single family homes, the size is really going to determine that end price. And now, as far as turnaround time, you're looking for a home inspector that's going to tell you that they're going to either have the report done the same day or the following day. So none of this 48 hours or a week or stuff like that. Just hang up the phone on them and find somebody who is going to give you a much quicker turnaround, because in Northern Virginia, home inspectors are used to providing reports very quickly. Another thing you'll want to ask for is a sample home inspection report. When you're looking through the sample report, you want to find two segments. There should be, first of all, the report should have several pages, way more pages than you anticipate. We're looking for anywhere from 40 to 60 pages, depending on the type of property.
Yes, that's for a townhouse. And if you're a single family, we're looking for 50 plus. I mean, our last single family home inspection report was 108 pages. So it should be long.
Yes. And now there's going to be a segment of that home inspection report, because you don't want it to be too overwhelming. There's going to be a segment of the home inspection report that's going to be just essentially a summary of all of the red items, or the way Crystal explains it is there are mice and elephant, right? So in the home inspection, the mice are the small insignificant items that a repair person could do, or something you just want them to handle in the future. An elephant, an item that's classified as an elephant, is something that could be alarming, that could be a red flag, and this information should be segmented in your home inspection report so you could easily go through it. Your goal is to manage or to rectify any of the elephants. And if it's an item that really is going to stand out or that's going to be quite expensive, you want to at least disclose that information so that the buyer knows about it and you can properly price the property, because if you price a property at the top of the market and you have one of these major issues, the buyer is going to feel like they should have some type of discount or some type of consideration for these items.
And also, the reason that you want to make sure this report is organized in such a way that you can easily find those major items, and even why you want to make sure your report is not 10 to 20 pages, is because when your buyer comes in and has their home inspection, chances are they're going to have a long home inspection report. And you want to make sure that there are no surprises. Nothing should show up on their home inspection report that didn't show up on yours, right? So if you make sure you have a quality home inspector come out, they do a thorough report and they easily categorize the things that you should be concerned about. You can meet those things head on and take care of them before you put the house on the market.
So when you're looking for a home inspector, you're probably going to the internet. You're probably going to your friends, family members, people that you know who have purchased properties recently, because those buyers are the people who are more likely to have already dealt with the home inspector. I think that this system of getting referrals to people is broken, because a buyer has a one-to-one relationship with the home inspector where the property that they purchased used a home inspector. They probably had a positive experience, and so now they're referring this person to you. That is really short-term thinking, in a sense that you really want somebody who has had, multiple interactions with the home inspector, because that person kind of knows the pros and cons of working with this individual. They can tell you the shortcomings of that person, but tell you about why you still want to move forward with this person. Whereas I find with a one-to-one relationship referral, if it's a positive experience, I'm recommending the person. But if it's a middle of the road experience, that person doesn't get recommended. So use the agent that you're talking to about potentially listing your property with, or when you're interviewing several agents, ask them for their home inspection company referrals, and then interview those people to find the home inspector to do your pre-listing home inspection.
Yes, because your agent has had a relationship with hopefully multiple home inspectors. So after being in business for so long, you probably have like your favorite home inspector, right? We have a company that we really enjoy working with. We've also worked with other companies in the past. So we're able to compare them. We can compare their reports. We know about the level of service they provide, also how easy they are to get in touch with when we have questions. So that's why you want to ask your agent, because your agent can probably refer you to more than one person. And even if they prefer one person, they can share with you why they prefer them. And if you are going to look online yourself, or you're going to find people on your own, then you can definitely ask the home inspector if they have references from past clients.
Excellent. So that was question number 11. How do I find a good home inspector for my pre-listing home inspection?
And so a few things we want to point out with them is what we're looking for in an inspector. We want to make sure you have someone who's licensed, bonded, and insured. I like to find one that makes booking easy, someone that has a thorough report, someone that is transparent about the cost, because sometimes home inspectors are not very clear about how much it's going to cost. So someone who makes it easy for me to find out how much it's going to cost. And then finally, someone who's going to give us quick turnaround, someone who's going to have a report to us within 24 hours of the home inspection is always preferred.